One of the deepest questions ever asked about human existence is this: why was the human being created? This is not merely a philosophical curiosity. It is a fundamental truth that determines the reason for human existence, the direction of life, and the scope of human responsibility. This passage from the Risale-i Nur tells us the following: the purpose of human creation is to discover and make manifest the hidden divine treasure. In other words, the human being is entrusted with the task of unveiling what is concealed. That treasure consists of Allah's names, attributes, and beauty. The human being was created to be a proof, an evidence, a luminous mirror for the eternal, all-powerful one, a mirror in which divine beauty may be reflected, a transparent reflector in which the most beautiful names are made visible. For this reason, the human being is not an ordinary creature. The trust that the heavens, the earth, and the mountains shrank from bearing was given to the human being, and because the human being bore this trust, he was refined, given value, and clothed in a meaningful form. But what is this trust? One of its most essential meanings is this: the human being serves as a relative unit of measurement, vahidi qiyasi, for understanding the divine attributes. Through his limited knowledge, he comes to know Allah's absolute knowledge. Through his finite power, he recognizes divine power. A human being says, "I know," yet knows that his knowledge is limited, says, "I see," yet realizes that his sight is constrained, says, "I act," yet feels his own helplessness. It is precisely this limitation that becomes a measure leading the human being to Allah, a bridge, a key, a window. But the most striking point of the text begins here. Despite such an exalted purpose of creation, most people become veils and barriers. Instead of opening, they close. Instead of revealing the truth, they conceal it. Instead of spreading light, they extinguish it. Created for divine unity, the human being falls into the mire of association. In reality, his duty is this: to look toward Allah with the light of faith and to surrender all dominion to Him. That is, intellectually, spiritually, and inwardly to say, "O my Lord, this entire universe belongs to you." But what does the human being do? Through the telescope of the ego, called the I, he looks at creation. He becomes fixated on causes. He distributes power among things. He divides Allah's dominion among created beings. Here lies the danger. The human being places himself at the center. He imagines himself to be the owner. He assumes himself to be the true agent. Yet the I was meant to be nothing more than an instrument of observation, a signpost, a compass guiding one to the truth. But when the compass loses its direction, the human being loses his way. This text reminds us of one essential truth. The human being is either a mirror or a veil. Either he reveals the truth or he covers it. The secret of our creation lies in being a mirror. To the extent that we reflect not ourselves but Him, to that extent do we truly become human. And perhaps the most unsettling question of all is this: are we today a mirror or a veil?